That's part of a multi-part series by Sean Hannity on Obama, which you really should watch. I'm not even going to comment on it because I think it's sick. But I'm going to take this just a minute to go over something else that Sean Hannity, this is a typical story that Fox News would do. A couple days ago, I think it was Thursday, Karl Rove had to go and testify on the Department of Justice firings, which happened, I believe, in 2006. And so we have a story there where judges, people were fired. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was judges. It's a lot of stories. Because of their political influence by George Bush. If there was a Republican that they liked better and who was not even as qualified, they would hire that Republican and fire the previous Democrat that had been in that spot. It's a huge Department of Justice. Politicizing the Department of Justice is a huge story right now. So 2 days ago, Sean Hannity came out with this story saying that that whole thing is bunk because justices are hired and fired all the time. For instance, on the May 15th edition of Fox News, host Sean Hannity suggested that President Obama's plans to replace current U.S. attorneys with his own appointees are analogous to President Bush's controversial firing of 9 U.S. attorneys in 2006. In fact, there is no comparison between Obama's actions, which are consistent with incoming presidents' practice of replacing their predecessors' U.S. attorneys with new appointees, and Bush's firing of his own appointees during the second term, which were characterized as unprecedented by the Justice Department's Office of the Inspector General and the Office of Professional Responsibility in its September 2008 report. But during the segment, Hannity said, "Remember how outraged Democrats were when President Bush replaced a handful of his own U.S. attorneys? Now liberals claim the prosecutors were unjustly removed for political reasons and argue that President Bush had no right to replace his own appointees." Well, get this. According to the AP, on the very same day that Karl Rove is reportedly meeting with a prosecutor to discuss President Bush's decision, President Obama is one step closer to ousting a group of U.S. attorneys. Hannity later aired a clip of Attorney General Eric Holder during a May 14th congressional hearing. "Elections matter. It is our intention to have the U.S. attorneys that are selected by President Obama in place as quickly as we can." Hannity then said, "All right, elections matter. That's your reason. Now correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't that considered politically motivated?" So what they'll do is they'll take a seed from a story, and instead of telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, which is what we would need as citizens in order to make fair and informed decisions when we go to the voting box, instead of doing that, they'll take a little tiny piece of it and steep it in a big cup of crap until you get conservative tea. And that's what they serve every day. 1 part fact, 99% complete and utter conservative dogma. And then at the same time they say they don't do that, and for some reason people buy it. So, this is a problem. This is a problem. Hang with me, people.